Hello everybody and welcome to this week's episode of Magically Cruising, the cruise podcast where we share our personal cruise tips and reviews to help you make the most out of your next sailing. My name's Kieran, I'm an independent travel agent specialising in all things cruise, Disney and North America, and I'm joined by my fellow co-host Sarah. Sarah, do you want to say hello?
Hi, so I'm Sarah. I cruise over. I do cruise over. I also write on Cruising for All and Cruising with Kids. I also write on Extraordinary Chaos and at Mini Travellers.
Brilliant. Very excited about that Mini Travellers website as well. So looking forward to seeing more of that as well in the future.
Exciting.
So this week we are going to be continuing our series. I hope you guys have been enjoying kind of our deeper dive into the different cruise drinks packages available on the different cruise lines. And we're going to continue that this week as well by talking about Princess Cruises as well, which is a cruise line that I really, really love sailing with. I've sailed on them twice in the past now. I've done them kind of post-pandemic. So when they did their mini Seacations, I was very lucky to then also do like a mini British Isles cruise as well. So really, really love their kind of relaxed premium style of cruising, which I think is very much me and Phil as well. So how about you, Sarah? Have you sailed Princess in the past?
Yes, we've sailed with Princess quite a few times. It was our first ever cruise line, which that was what made us fall in love with cruising. I think we've done it less as the boys have got older, as they've wanted different things, but I think it's definitely a brand we will go back to now we're cruising solo.
Yeah, definitely. I think they offer a little bit of something for everyone. They do a lot of things very well. So I think they're a good all-round solid cruise line. But when it comes to Princess as well, they're very good at kind of allowing you to tailor-make your cruise fare. So you can, when you book your cruise, you can choose kind of how much you want included in that cruise fare. And I think they're moving towards this new trend you're seeing with the industry as well, whereby you can book either a cruise-only fare and then add on a drinks package, add on Wi-Fi, add on this, that, and the other. Or they're now introducing a packaged cruise fare, which is going to save you a ton of money if when you book your cruise, you then choose to sail on one of these cruise fares, because it includes, the drinks package, it includes Wi-Fi, includes gratuities, and Princess being Princess. And I'm not sure this is the right way forward, but they've included other stuff as well as those key elements that most sailors look for as well to kind of add value into it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just talk briefly about those three different packages you can book when you get onto the ship anyway. So when you book your cruise, you can choose one of three different packages. And then we'll briefly at the end of the episode maybe just touch upon if you want to go cruise only, but add on maybe like a soft drinks package or something like that, maybe do it that way instead. Does that make sense?
I think so. I feel like I need a university degree for this one.
I'd say for a bit of context, I will say we have filmed half of an episode whereby we equally got very confused by this package and decided to scrap it and start again because it can get a little bit complicated. So we've decided to approach it from a different angle. So bear with us on this one. So I think a good place to start off with is, yes, when you book your cruise, you can choose to pick Princess Fare, which will be cruise only. So there's no extras included. And when you get on board the ship, you have to pay your gratuities, which are accrued each day, and then add on a Wi-Fi package, add on all the extra things if you wanted to. However, there are two other options as well that you can choose when you book your cruise, whether you want to add on extras as well. They are Princess Plus or Princess Premier, and they do include different things. So I think we're going to talk about those individual package fares. So they are, like I say, when you book your cruise, they're fares you choose to opt into. You can book Princess Standard if you wanted to, and then before you get on the ship, you can upgrade to any one of the others, and you can upgrade from one to the other, which I've done previously myself as well. But where's the best place to start, Sarah? Do you want to start on Premier or Plus?
Should we start on Plus? And then we can say what's extra on Premier. Right, so I've got price-wise, I've got Princess Plus is $64.99 a day plus service charge. So at $76.70. If you're Australian, that is $110, including your service charge. So that's for your Princess Plus.
And I've got UK pounds at £50 per person per guest without service charge. So you will pay 18% on top of that as well. So that's per guest per day as well.
Right. So the beauty, I suppose, of booking Princess Plus, it is such a tongue twister, is that you get certain things included. So you're not just booking your drinks package, you're getting other stuff as well. So
absolutely.
What is included?
So you're going to get your Princess Plus drinks package as well. So they do have different tier drinks packages. And in this Princess Plus package, you will get the Princess Plus beverage package. In this included.
It's a real tongue twister.
It will then give you drinks up to $15 then each. So every single drink on the menus, you're going to find up to $15 you're going to have. So whether that's cocktails, whether that's spirits, regardless of the brand. If it's $15 or less, you will get that drink, basically. And this is limited. All these drinks packages are limited to 15 drinks within a 24-hour window, which I believe resets at 4 in the morning. Not that I've tested that theory. But at 4 in the morning, your next 15 drinks will kick in. There is also a timeout as well, whereby you can only order one drink once every 15 minutes as well. They're very strict on that just to stop people abusing the system. So just be aware of those few anomalies. You can't go to the bar and order a big round for everyone. You have to kind of go in and order your drink and your drink only.
Just adding to that, that is only alcoholic, the 15 drinks. It's not including soft drinks and coffee.
Yeah, good catch, because you need to stay hydrated and don't feel like you're like me and you have to go, I'm not drinking water today because I want my 15 drinks.
No, yeah, you don't need to do that. You can still have water.
I'm not wasting my credits. But then you also then as well get your Wi-Fi as well. So on the Princess Plus package, you do get one Wi-Fi for one device. And your gratuities are included, or as Princess call them, crew appreciation, that's included. What's new since they first launched this system is these 3 extras, which these are the ones that some people look at and go, okay, thanks. You do get 2 premium desserts per day included in Princess Plus. You also get 2 fitness classes per crew, so you can work off the calories you've worked up on all that alcohol and those premium desserts. And you get to use the juice bar on board as well, which actually is quite a nice touch. If somebody wanted fresh pressed juices, then it means you can now get that in your drinks package, whereas previously when you booked this fare, you couldn't get that. So they say, Princess say that is a value of up to $140 per guest per day. I think we done the maths previously when we were on our last version of this episode, and the price of Princess Plus cruise fare is pretty much the same price as adding just a drinks package on alone. So if you are thinking you're going to get a drinks package, I think it's a no-brainer just to book it at the time you book your cruise and get it as part of your cruise fare, because you then get the Wi-Fi, your gratuities taken care of, and then you're also getting those premium desserts and the fitness classes if you want to use them as well.
Yeah, it's definitely worth doing that. I mean, when we've looked at the differences, it's like $4. So you may as well just book it and have everything. So yeah. I'm glad we've done it this way, because now we can look at the Princess Premier package. I don't know why am I struggling saying it. And that where that is an extra $20 a day. So that's $84.99 with your service charge. That's $100 a day. But just hold that there. I'm going to give the Australian prices. So the Australian is $140 a day. So that just seems an awful lot. But do you do specialty dining, Kieran?
But we definitely try to do specialty at least once.
Right, so you get your 2 specialty dining meals per guest. You get your photo package, which is unlimited digital copies plus free prints. Princess prizes, I don't get that. Because...
So, but apparently, is the chance on every single sailing someone can win a free cruise, apparently. So do you know how this works? I've seen videos of people who've been on board, so I've never experienced it, but I've seen how it works.
Is it on the door?
Done on... Yeah. So as you're approaching your cabin, there's a chance there may be like a little prize package on there. So when you tap your medallion, or I think you tap on the screen, one of the two, or when you open the door, can't remember, you've got to do something at the door anyway. It'll open and you can get things like just a free drink or a free something. They could be really small prizes. But apparently there is talk that, yes, someone wins a cruise every now and then. I don't know whether... I heard it was every sailing, someone gets a free sailing. But I don't know if that's true.
I've seen people on the Facebook groups, but some people are saying that they got charged to casino. So they got actual charges on for entering it, because they were only meant to enter it 1 time per day, but every time they went in the door, they got entered. So I don't know how true that is.
Okay, so I've got actually an example now. I just found the Princess Prizes website where it tells you where you can win. So some of the prizes you can get, you've got a 1 in 100 chance of winning a bouquet of flowers. You've got a 1 in 250 chance of winning an ocean accessory, a medallion accessory, sorry. There are some prizes on your things like a $200 FE gift certificate. You've got onboard credit you could win. There's varying amounts of onboard credits of $25 to $250. A good spirits mixology experience you could win. The ultimate pizza making experience you can win on board. There is a sanctuary experience for 2. You can win some artwork. Then there are a number then as well. So there is a 7-day cruise for 2 in a balcony, a 7-day cruise a year. Wow, that's a great prize, actually. A 7-day cruise a year for 10 years in a balcony cabin. That's the top prize. But you've got 1 in 10 million chance of winning that. So So yeah, there's your odds type of thing. That one, if you're looking to go and do a 7-day cruise for two in a balcony cabin, that's a 1 in 100,000 chance of winning that. So again, I'm not really sure how this works, how often you get those prizes. I believe it's every now and then you've got to like be a chance to get it on your cabin. I don't think it's every single time you get to your door. But I've seen a video of somebody who's done it in this little like prize package, and you just open the door and then one of these prizes pops out.
Right. So extra things you get as well are bottled water and bottled sparkling water. So that's in the Premier. Those premium desserts, but it's looking like they're unlimited now. We can eat as many as we want, and we can go to as many fitness classes as we want. But some people are dessert people, aren't they? I haven't got a sweet tooth, so
no.
If you've got a sweet tooth, you may be. And actually, I see people on Facebook, with their dessert, and they're obviously really excited about it. And
do we know? Because I've never looked into it. Can you go to things like the ice cream parlor? Is that what it is as well? So you can go to the ice cream parlor now and get gelato without having to pay for it. Because that's what I noticed. I had to pay for gelatos when I never bothered having any. But if it was included, then the chances are maybe like early afternoon, if it was that, and I could go and get a gelato, then I may do that. But if it's a premium dessert with my meal, I'll never use it.
Yeah. Exactly. You can get free ice cream at the pool.
Yes, that I done, the soft serve stuff, but like the actual premium ice cream, that you had to pay for. So
so you get Medalialn accessories and you get reserved theatre seating for theatre productions.
That reserved seating, I think, is actually great for me because I am never on time for anything. Really bad on a cruise to be on time. So to know that I've got reserved seating is actually a really, really great perk as well. There's only a small one, but I would appreciate that because I normally run into theatre with my cocktail in hand. The doors are coming. So to know I've got reserved seating, I think that for me would be a great perk. Equally as well, the Medalialn accessories. I hate wearing my lanyard because the Medalialn is a little heavy, I'm not going to lie. So I normally put it in my pocket and tie a lanyard to like my waistband or something. But to know that I could get an inclusive accessory as well, so like one of the wristband ones or something like that, that would actually be a really nice touch as well. Just to, again, they're not going to make or break your cruise, but they're going to be really nice ways to kind of just get that nice little elevated experience when you are cruising as well.
Yeah. I just kept mine in my bag on the string because, is it like risk? I can't be doing with anything like that makes you feel like you're being branded with any brand. But apart from a Disney Magic Band, which there's only one.
We're with pride.
And also, if you're like you and I, Kieran, who are like juggling a million balls, then you've got Wi-Fi up to 4 devices per guest. Now you can switch devices, can't you? But I think I'd probably take 4 devices on holiday because I've got 2 iPads, one for work, one for reading, phone, laptop. So I would use all 4 of those. But then not everybody wants to work when they're away.
It's things like, though, if you've got like an e-reader, and you want to download a new book on board, then that's another way to do that. So you can have your e-reader connected as well as your mobile phone and then possibly a tablet. So people have more devices than they realize that would need Wi-Fi access, particularly if you're on a longer voyage as well, which Princess specialize in doing some fantastic, really long 21-night plus itineraries as well. So to have that on that ship and you're not having to keep changing all the time, it's fine on like a short sailing, you don't mind. But if you're doing like a long destination, deep immersion itinerary, then it'd be great just to kind of set your devices at the beginning of the voyage, never have to worry about them then for the next 2-3 weeks.
When the boys were younger, we used to not go to photo studios to get our photos done. We'd wait till we went on a Princess cruise because they had the white backdrop. So we'd do it every year, all our family, all traits done. So actually that always costs a bit. So when you've got that included as well, it's definitely worth it. And as I say, your specialty dining, because what's the steak restaurant called? The Crown Grill. That is the best steak restaurant I've ever had on a cruise ship.
Really?
Oh, it was, when you feel like you're in a food coma after. It was incredible. Like, you are not eating your specialty desserts on that day.
I did Sabatinis, and equally they had to roll me back to my cabin afterwards because it was just course after course after course, and I was just like, no, keep it coming. It's all so good. I need to eat more.
We got to the last course and we just couldn't eat it, and the maitre d' was really disappointed. He's like, "Can't you eat it?" It's like we had our head on the table, like, no more food. But it was amazing. When you wake up the next morning and you're like, we should have ate it. But
yeah, I was gonna say I'm usually quite anti-speciality as well because sometimes I feel a bit like they're quite pricey and you're never going to feel satisfied. But 100% on my Princess speciality experience, I've walked away and I've been I've gorged myself to the point of like I want to eat everything because everything was so amazing.
Yeah.
But I was so full. I was so full. But I can highly, and I don't think Princess's specialty is that expensive compared to some lines either. And the quality of the food is incredible. So definitely don't sleep on speciality if you usually do on a cruise ship if you go on a Princess sailing.
Right. Okay. So what happens to guest 3 and 4? So you've got guest 1 and 2. You've taken the choice that you're going to book the Princess Premium Premier, the included in the package, that you get all the bells, whistles, desserts, fitness classes. But you've got 2 kids with you who are not going to make use of all that, or actually so what happens with them?
So what you can do is you'll either get a slightly discounted price. They have to have the same package if you want the same package for them. So if you want them to have advantage of like the Wi-Fi, so they've got their mobile phones and things like that, and you want to cover their gratuities, you totally can get an equivalent package, but they will be given a slightly discounted price and they will be given the top tier non-alcoholic package. Or you can totally just remove the package from them entirely and just pay as you go for them. Or once you get on board, add on a soft drink package if you wanted to. So you don't have to have everyone. Guest 1 and 2 have to have the same package and they have to be the same level. So you can't have 1 on Plus, 1 on Premier. Everyone in guest 1 and 2 have to have the same. But then for guest 3 and 4, you can either add the package on for them or choose to take it off entirely if you wanted to.
Right. Okay. So we've got the 0 alcohol package then. That is $29.99 a day, plus 18% gratuity, which I haven't worked out yet. So that includes all specialty premium teas and coffees, hot chocolate, fountain sodas, fresh juice, smoothies, bottled water, frappes, cones and coffees, mocktails and smoothies, Red Bull, milkshakes if available. So I suppose if they were on a certain menu, and a 25% discount on canned soda and bottled juice.
Which is good value, I guess. Again, if you want that all-inclusive vibe, if you want to just have, not have to worry about what they're ordering, the kids can just help themselves.
So the classic soda package, so say the kids don't want all the specialty cocktails and they just want soda, then that's $9.99 a day plus service charge of $15.33 US.
I think it's probably worth pointing out as well. So you can book cruise-only fare, and this is probably leading into this conversation now. So they do also have just standalone drinks packages. So obviously we're talking about the non-alcoholic ones that are going to be more likely for the children who are going to be sailing. You can also add on just the alcohol drinks packages, but when you see the prices of them, they're pretty much equivalent to adding on the version that is included in the cruise fare that includes Wi-Fi and gratuities. But what we could probably do is just briefly talk about the different drinks that are included, because that's one thing we haven't done on this version, is we haven't talked about then what drinks are included in kind of the plus package, but then the different spirits you'll get and the price inclusions up on the Premier drinks package if you get that as well. So, for example, so say like if you're booked on the Princess Plus package fare, you're going to have the Princess Plus drinks package. That then includes obviously drinks up to $15 each, and it does include like named brands. But if you want top shelf spirits, so if you're somebody who wants kind of those premium drinks and you're somebody who wants named whiskies and things like that, then you're probably going to opt for the Premier package, because that's the package that include drinks then up to $20, but will then also include some name brands. I think we did have them previously and I can't find where they are now. Here we go. So that's going to be a top shelf spirits. That's where you're going to find high-end crafted cocktails by mixologist Rob Floyd. I'm sure we all know who Rob Floyd is, but if you want cocktails created by him, then you're going to have to opt for the Premier beverage package or the Premier cruise fare package. Again, you're going to have a choice of 75 plus spirits, 40 plus wines, and 20 plus high-end crafted cocktails. And then you're going to have your Premier wines by the glass by brands like Duckhorn, Stag's Leap, Greek Hills, and Cassia Champagne. I've never heard of any of those, but if you are a connoisseur and you're looking for those named brands, then definitely keep an eye out. And I know, have you got a list there? I think you said you've got a list of which spirits are included. Am I right? And
I've got prices. So I'm looking here. I've got a couple of menus in front of me. So a sparkling wine here, that's $12. Bud Light, $6.25. Glenfiddich, $8. Johnny Walker Gold Reserve, that's $16. So that's just one over. Macallan Quest, $17. So Aperol Spritz, $7.75. Vodka Martini, $10. It's not all over. Like you've got a classic champagne cocktail there, $21. I'm trying to find stuff that's over 15. There's not an awful lot. Peach tea smash, $18. Espresso martinis, $15. So is that
it's 15,
over,
is it? Okay.
Or was it up to 15?
It says beverages up to 15 because I know when they first introduced, because I know they've tweaked this as well quite a lot in the last year. So I know when they first launched Premier Plus, the way it used to work is they only ever had Plus package. So once that was, I think, $13 was what it used to be. And if you wanted to drink over that $13, you just pay the extra on it. I don't know this is a fact, but I've heard from somebody else that they've got rid of that now. So if you want a drink that's outside of your package, you have to pay full for that drink. Mileage may vary. Things change so rapidly with cruise lines, so it's difficult to know exactly what the policy is. But when I heard they introduced the Premier package, I heard the price of the espresso martini moved to the Premier package, and that's mine and Phil's favorite cocktail. So we were a bit annoyed at that point that meant we couldn't have it unless we had the Premier package. But if it's 15, we can now have espresso martinis on our saving. So all's good.
Those menus were from a friend that was on a month ago. She sent them to me. So, but then the thing is, I know with other cruise lines, different ships have different prices. So I don't know if Princess are the same.
The other thing as well is things change all the time as well. So prices can change, stock can change, and also, so for example, the one espresso martini that maybe me and Phil had previously may not be on the package. That's not to say you won't be able to get one. The bar staff are great on board. They will work with you to find a drink that you want as well. So don't feel like, you could miss out on something unless you are a connoisseur of spirits type of thing. If you are opting for the Plus package, you can work with the wait staff and they will find you an alternative solution within the package you've got. So don't panic like you're not going to be able to drink if you pick the wrong package.
And I have to say with Princess, even when I went on one of those weekend sailings over lockdown, which was a slightly different audience, the Princess bar staff, I think they are the best at cocktails of all the cruise lines. And I think the service, as long as you're not ordering the Medalialn, which can take a bit of a while, I think the service is super quick. I think the bar staff are on it. Not saying that other cruise lines aren't, but I think they're really on it on Princess. And I think there seems to be more servers to people, so you can get your cocktails.
It's probably worth us talking a little bit about the Ocean Medalialn and Ocean now, because it is great when it works. I'm really glad I got to go back on and experience it properly, because I think we both did one of those staycations, and as you say, it wasn't the core demographic, and it was people ultimately trapped on a ship for 3 days at sea after being in lockdown for a year and a half, looking just to get very drunk. But for those who maybe have never sailed with Princess, they have a really cool technology called the Ocean Medalialn, which is a smart wearable device that you wear that kind of does, and it sounds a bit stalkerish, but it does know where you are on the ship. And what you can do is you can use the app to order your drinks anywhere on the ship. And we've done this in some random places. So you can order your drink in the app, and then they know where you are and they will come find you with your drink. One story I remember from the one sailing where it worked incredibly well was I met friends in the smoking area. I don't smoke, but I just met them just to say goodnight to them, ordered my drink to go back to my room. But when you're on a cruise, things change, so I ended up chatting for a lot longer than planned, and the wait staff found me. Even though I told them, please send it to my room, they went to my room, seen I wasn't there, checked the app to see where I was, and they come and brought the drink to me in the smoking area as well. Like, how is that for service? That is incredible service type of thing. And you can order a drink anywhere on the ship, and they will come and find you. So I cannot fault Ocean Now, they call it, that feature where you can order on the app and order room service on the app. You can order on the pool deck. You can order in one of the bars, lounges, order a drink, and they will come and bring it to you. I cannot fault it when it works. Unfortunately, sometimes the system goes down and they're sending the drink to the wrong deck because they think you're on the deck above you or below you. But when it works, can't fault it. It's a brilliant system.
We didn't really try to. We used it once for that. We ordered some food into the sanctuary, and they just couldn't find us. So in the end, because they said we'd have to pay room service prices, or if you order the food. And in the end, they did it because it wasn't working. So after that, and not only that, because I'm as blind as a bat. So I have to keep putting my glasses on and went and scrolling on my phone. So I didn't bother. And that is an issue. And I think that is an issue that's come up for a lot of people, that the technology is amazing. But when you've had a drink and you try to reach your phone and it's tiny writing, it's not as easy. But what I did love it for was that you can just get into your cabin was so easy. Because as long as it's on your person, as you walk up to your cabin, your picture comes up on your door, which I love because I can never find my cabin. And also the door opens. So saves taking the guesswork out of it. So I loved that. Another thing is if you've got kids, you can more or less track them. I mean, as aren't kids anymore, but not that you're going to let your kids run around the ship. But if they just go back to the room to get something, you can check that they've got there safely, or if they're like 10.
The same with sailing with friends though as well. You can opt in. You can opt in to allow your friends to see each other as well. So we were on a group, and it was a travel agent's trip type of thing. So we all made friends on the sailing. We all added each other to Medalialn app, and that's how I knew my friend was in the smoking area. So I didn't. I just turned up like, hi, just stalking you in the app type of thing. Oh yeah, no, cool, come join us. It's great for that if you are sitting in a group of friends, because not everybody wants Wi-Fi or wants to have their phones on.
No.
If you are someone who does have it, then you can totally work out where people are on the ship. I think when the ship's full, that's when it struggles, when the ship's full. So our sea days on that seacation, when the ship was at capacity, that's when she struggled. They turned it off on our sailings. It was just taking an hour for drinks to arrive. So they just turned it off and went old school. But on the next sailing, again, she was still busy, not as busy. She was still busy, but it was more the typical customer who isn't just chain drinking from dusk till dawn type of thing. Yeah. I think then the system can really work the way it's supposed to work then. But yeah, if you've got people who are just ordering drinks non-stop, she's going to struggle.
But we were there as they rolled it out, weren't they? So I suppose that teething problems maybe. So you can use your drinks package in the restaurants. That's something that people ask us a lot. Legal drinking age, just touch on that. I know we touch on it every time, but I think it's a big question for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's going to be set by the port you're embarking, basically. So if you're embarking from a European port, then it'll be set to 18. If you're setting from a US port, or generally the Caribbean ports will cover as well the same American rules, it'll be 21 on up.
And can you take alcohol on a Princess cruise ship?
I believe you can, but I don't actually know the rules off the top of my head.
Yeah, I've got it here. So it's 1 bottle of wine or champagne for each passenger per sailing. Because we had someone email us the other day and say, can I get another bottle of alcohol at every port? No, you can't.
Yep.
But if you take any additional bottles on, then you'll be charged a $15 corkage fee. And it says wine or champagne.
If you're somebody who's got like your favourite bottle of wine and you're a particular person, then obviously you may want your choice of wine with your meals, then totally then that corkage is there for you if you want that. But they have an extensive wine list. A ridiculously big wine list.
Yeah.
I lost interest by about page 7. It's like, just bring me a rosé, whichever one's in my package. Bring it over.
I'd say surprise me. Just surprise me.
Yeah, I'm not a wine connoisseur.
I do with cocktails as well. I want something fruity and pink. Yeah. Surprise me.
Fruity with rum, please. Bring it on.
Did you have the cocktails from Sabatini's? So we never dined in Sabatini's, but someone went past this amazing cocktail. So I said to the waiter, "Oh my God, what is that?" He went, "I'll get you one." So he went into Sabatini's to get me one. It was amazing.
Is it the chocolate one, the chocolate martini they do?
Laura had that from Laura Cruise Lifestyle. She shared that. That looks amazing. No, I tend to go for more like it was more of a pink martini. Oh, it was amazing.
Okay.
It was really good.
Maybe I definitely had the chocolate one, because the chocolate one is their signature one, and it comes with, in fact, they do a really amazing Ferrero Rocher ice cream dessert as well, so it's paired with that. Like I say, I wouldn't even be gorged in that meal.
I don't think I'd be able to have that, would I? Could Phil have it? No, I wouldn't be able to have it, would I?
Phil wasn't with me, so I never found out. Sorry.
Yeah. It's a good job actually, because he'd have been quite angry over that, wouldn't he?
I'm sure. This is why I'd like to go back and do Princess again to see how they do gluten-free, because my impression is they would be pretty good. They were really good at kind of like adapting meals and things like that. So I think they'd be pretty good. But yeah, Phil, I'm trying to think, he had no problems on the Seacation we did. He was with me on the Seacation, and I don't recall him having any like major, just not the usual cruise you've got to order the day before. I think in Princess Caf, is it? The Cafe Promenades, the one that's in, I forgot what it's called now, but the coffee shop area anyway.
I know International Cafe.
That's the one. Sorry, they're all blurring into one big coffee shop in my head now. From my memory, they had at least one gluten-free option each day that was available, and then when he then said to them he's on the ship, they then tried to have more available for him.
Well, that's good.
So I think they were better than some cruise lines for kind of things like that. Because I know we've been on some cruise lines, and their cafe, they've kind of gone, we have nothing gluten-free, go away. Which annoys him, because then he then has to go all the way upstairs then to the buffet to get like a biscuit or something. So I think it was quite, from my memory, I remember it was limited, but he did have a choice of some gluten-free snacks. It wasn't always a savoury when he wanted savoury, but they definitely had something there anyway that he could get.
I'm just remembering. Do you remember that time on Avalon when Donna come over and went, I've got a gluten-free muffin. And it was literally in my mouth and Phil was running towards me. Don't eat the muffin! And they'd labelled it wrong.
Literally just sat there looking at you like, is it going to be a bad reaction?
It's all right. I need diet. I'm fine. It's just an intolerance. No, but I wasn't gluten-free on Princess. So, but yeah, I mean, do you know what? This has really made me realise, because I haven't cruised on Princess since Seacation. I think that sort of just not put me off, but it was just not what Princess usually is. And I think this has made me realise actually how much I love them as a line. How much, I mean, before we started this, I was like, well, I'm not cruising them for a while because I'd always choose another cruise line. But actually, when you look at the service and the staff, I would. I definitely would book another, and I will.
Yeah. It's how I feel about them as well. They're not the sexiest line, and I don't mean that in any derogative way, but like, obviously we all know I love Virgin Voyages, and they're very sexy, and they're loud and colourful and fun and energetic. Royal Caribbean especially. Princess don't do that style of cruising, but the core product of just having a wonderful, lovely, relaxed, premium cruise is amazing. Their cabin as well is so spacious for a standard balcony cabin. Like that lovely walk-in wardrobe space. I miss that on every cruise I go on. But the way I would look at it is, if I was to choose a longer sailing, so if I was going to do like, a 14-night itinerary or around other territory, Princess would probably be my preferred choice, just because those kind of really nice luxuries that you get on board a cruise ship, they're included in the Princess.
Yeah, when you look at my last cruise, a week's cruise, and the one before, both of my Wi-Fi packages were well over $100.
Yeah.
So when you look at it like that, you just get what you pay for your Wi-Fi, you get in 2 speciality dining meals as well. So when you look at, I mean, there's a different cruise line for every day of the week, isn't there?
So hopefully, guys, that's given you a really good understanding of kind of how Princess do drinks packages. As you can see, you get a lot of extra value included once you get past that initial ticket shock of kind of how much is this package. I think it's a no-brainer that definitely Princess Plus is good value, but if you're somebody who's a bit more of a connoisseur and wants to treat yourself a bit more, then definitely look at that Premier package. If you are looking to find more information out about Princess and the drinks packages, then Sarah, I know you have a ton of information on your website. Where can the guys find that?
We will link the drinks package or the Premier Plus package into this podcast, but also cruisingwithkids.co.uk or cruisingforall.com.
And then equally, if you are based in the UK and you are looking to sail with Princess, I would absolutely love to help you find the perfect Princess sailing. You can find me online at magical-traveller.com. And all my social media should be available and found under Magical TRVLR as well. So other than that, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we'll hopefully see you on the next one. All the best. Bye.
Bye.